State Representative Maurice West introduces a House resolution to declare January Blood Donor Month in Illinois to quickly address the state's critical blood shortage. The resolution also comes with a tax incentive program which plans to offer donors up to $250 for giving blood 4 times a year. And as a longtime blood donor, West says hospitals across Illinois are facing dangerously low supplies, and the resolution could mobilize residents, businesses, or community organizations to step in fast. If passed, the resolution could take effect quickly, giving communities an immediate opportunity to fill the gap.
The most valuable thing that we can have is our health. And every now and then, unfortunately, we may have accidents, we may have illnesses that come to where we need new blood or we need more blood. You don't want to find yourself or your loved one in a position where the hospital has a shortage of the blood that is needed the most.